Hello, everybody. Welcome to Empower Talks, a space that is so beautiful, that is amazing. This is a space for professional and everybody else in the professional space that want to become, that want to be empowered, that want to empower other people, and also practice their skills of speaking and engaging with clients. So, welcome to Empower Talks. Please like and subscribe and make sure that you click that notification bell. So, welcome to everyone that is watching. Today, we are celebrating International Tourism Day, and we have all women that are beautiful, giant, fierce. Lalela, listen, I'm saying giant and fierce women that are within the tourism industry, and we have them here today, and they are going to showcase their skills and show us what is it that they have in their businesses. So, so now I go by the name of Masego Malapile, and I'm the founder of this channel. And not only that, I'm also the owner and CEO of Ojagia Consulting. And at Ojagia Consulting, we train everyone else to speak confidently. Yeah, you get it right. We speak confidently, and everybody else that want to know how to present, whether you're preparing yourself for a business pitch or anything else, that's what we do. Over and above that, I'm also a president and area director for Toastmasters International. So if you don't want to do it with me, you want to do it in a group setting, Toastmasters is a platform for you. So all the details regarding anything else with the podcast, anything else also with the business will be shared with you in due course. So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome on my virtual platform my co-host, the one and only, the lady, the one who comes with the vavavoom, the one that you must understand and know that she's here with the mission, the one and only Ayanda Kela. Ayanda, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you, Masako? I'm very well, thank you. I'm excited. It's Tourism Month and it's buzzing out there. It's buzzing. It's International Tourism Day. Things are happening. Like
You know what? I cannot imagine being part of tourism and being boring. Like, I don't see that happening. Eh?
ever. No. Masako, you must come to a tourism event. Oh, on how we party. I mean, I think 2 weeks ago, ne re le ko Sun City, ne? The way the jive like that thing. Re robetse ka bo 12 ubosiu re jive nje re jive go le mnate. Tourism is about networking. It's all about, socializing, networking, meeting people. So nje, there's no dull moment for tourism, none whatsoever.
Mema. What is up, ma'am? I want to get down with all of you.
I don't remember next time. How sale what? Next time.
Government. Hey, no, it's happening. So I am our co-host for this particular evening, and you know what? I'm really excited about celebrating the International Tourism Month. And you know what? Sometimes when you have things like this, you just have to invite those women. Once what bona bali. I'm talking about
Yes.
those ones. Once what? I am to tell me something. What do you do for business in your house? Like let's answer.
Okay, so I've got two companies that I'm currently running, and I'm the chairperson of Gauteng Women in Tourism. But the main businesses that I'm doing currently, I have a guest house and a spa that's based in Pumville, Soweto, and I'm also the owner of Raya Studios, which does corporate eventing, production, so anything to do with events in the corporate space, exhibitions, everything in the corporate space. I'm your go-to girl.
Hey, so that's what we go to again. Look, rough, guys. Rough.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Amazing stuff. So we already met Ayanda, our beautiful Ayanda, who is a woman of many talents and who runs one of the best events companies in the country. And now I'm going to be joined by one more lady by the name of Lebogang Kgasago. Lebogang, how are you, my dear?
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Super excited being that it's tourism month, but also just a bit nervous to be on here. But you know what? Backstage, you were amazing. So I absolutely love this. I'm absolutely excited to be here. And I also can't wait to share my story.
So you know what, ne? There are things that I do when people are nervous, just to make sure
Mm-hmm.
that they are free. You know, like close your eyes and imagine that piece of steak that you like. Like approach this like you're approaching the table and you're going to eat your steak. You know that type of steak when you eat it, you feel like you've been taken to some destination. It's like you see a corner of a shop in Dubai that you've never been to. You don't even know which direction is Dubai from where you live. Like that one that's mesmerizing you and taking you to that. Yeah. So when you speak to everyone, imagine that steak and eat it.
You are my steak.
Your steak. So tell us more about yourself. What do you do? What's your business? And why tourism of all the industries in the world?
Okay, so my name is Lebogang Kgasago. I'm based in Pretoria. Hello, Pitori Mahlanyeng. I'm based in Pretoria, and I got started in the tourism industry by accident. Actually, I was actually a network marketer for a large company that has been doing network marketing for like almost I don't know how many years, for decades of years, and me in my network marketing business, I used to be so obsessed and I loved it because of the leadership, I loved it because of the knowledge that we gained, the personal development. So once one of my business, when I got to a stage where my business went down, I had to sit down and reevaluate. Luckily for me, I was staying in an estate that most people would have loved to be a part of. It's called the Blind River Walk Estate. I still do my bookings there. So I was a tenant subletting for a unit that was registered to do Airbnb there. And one of the owners, because I told the owners, I'm like, listen, life is tough. And the owner said to me, if you're willing, you can rent out my unit on the weekends and then you can go back to your mom's house or wherever you stay on the weekends and make some extra cash. I was like, really? So after that, then we got started. I started renting out my own apartment, true story. I started renting out my own apartment. So on Friday, I pack everything and then I leave, I go home and then I rent it out as Airbnb. And then Sundays, I'm doing the cleaning there by myself. So mini hospitality, I'm learning, I'm doing my cleaning, and I'm online now. I want to be professional, I'm reading how to be a professional Airbnb, So
Hey, the best dreams and ideas come when the cow is eating buns. In Pretoria terms, it just means it's bad.
yeah.
Like you're not even broke, you're broke. Hey, it's bad. And that's when creative juices. Hi, it's kind of funny that we're gonna come back to you because we want to know more about how you started. But tell everyone, I think people out there don't even know how old you are. Tell them how old are you?
9 years old, and I'm the managing director of Leonora Holiday Travel. Boo, 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 boo,
At
boo.
age 29. At age 29. Hey. Hey, Ogine, you are making reports. Hey, well done on your beautiful, well done on your beautiful business exhibition. And we are excited to hear more about what is it that you do. And now let's welcome our next guest over here. We have on our virtual platform Gugu Vilana. Hi, Gugu.
Good evening, Maseko. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What an opportunity and honor for me to be here tonight.
So, Gugu, tell me before we go far, I want to know which language am I butchering? Is it Zulu, Xhosa?
Umzulu.
Disclaimer. Zulu people, I'd like to send my sincere apology. I'm just a Tswana Pretorian girl and I'm going to butcher your language for the evening. So I'd like to ask for permission.
Ungazama. You can try.
Yeah. Ngizozama. Just no good bad when you start doing that. So tell us more about yourself. Tell us more about your business and why tourism.
Okay. This started out, I was in the corporate for many years. And part of what I was doing was in the development finance space, where tourism was one of the sectors that I was working with. So I used to travel quite a lot, not only in South Africa, regionally, of working for the company that I was working for. So I would sleep in hotels, big and small and medium. And I think I then developed an affinity for, good spaces, somehow that were not so boxed like a hotel. And I then began to look at what I had in terms of my own assets. And lo and behold, we had an asset in our family that was lying idle in Mpumalanga, which later on we then developed into accommodation. And since then, 2013, I then started as well Blooms by G, which is events and product and services, where mainly it's we package. I'm a project manager by a profession. I'm also CEO of Buhle Investments, which is a consultancy company that is focusing mainly on project management, monitoring and evaluation. And I realized that within the tourism sector, we lacked, whilst we had, good businesses going on, but we lacked the project management component. And then I thought, if we are able to package our projects and programs and our ventures and manage them accordingly, there's no way one can fail in that. So part of what I do, I also offer advisory services, whilst on one side, I do eventing, I do flower arrangements, I do weddings, I do funerals, I do birthday parties, I do cakes, I do hats, and all that.
You know what am I looking for? What is it that you don't do? That's the only thing I'm looking for.
I do cooking as well.
I can already see. I think maybe the only thing that you're not doing, probably you're not a DJ, because these days everyone is a DJ.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that one of these days.
Yeah, I want to see you go DJ Dag. Dang. I was so shocked when I heard that Idris Alba is actually a DJ. I'm like, hey, boy, is that retirement village DJing all of a sudden? Is that why we all retire these days? What's happening? And the way I couldn't believe it, I had to Google and like Idris Alba, and I saw that he's a DJ. What's happening?
Go for it, girl.
Retire khona ku DJ. Mhlambe nami mangithana 80 ngizo DJ ngizoba ugogo.
No, do it now. Do it now while it's the same times. Yeah.
No, but lovely to meet you, and thank you. Excited to hear more about your business and more about your experiences and more about what you do. So just listeners out there and all the viewers, please make sure that you are writing every question, every comment, whatever that you have on your link. So there is a live chat where you can write the messages that you have for the guests for today. So write them down so that we can engage more with you. And then whatever that you will be writing, we'll be displaying it here. So don't worry, we are here for you. We are here to engage with you. And now I am joined by another phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman. How are you?
Hi, Masuko. I'm good, and you?
I am amazing. Tell us more about yourself. Tell us more, Karabo. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and why tourism.
Okay. My name is Karabo Ramate. I am based in the Vaal. Vaal. So, yes. So how I joined tourism, I think it was this year, Ellie. I met this wonderful woman last year called Mel Tappy. So what I do, I'm also in the modeling industry. I run a modeling agency, but it's an African modeling agency. So I met this wonderful woman, like I said, her name is Mel Tappy, and she has been always my mentor. This year, I went to her and I said, you know what, Auntie Mel, I'm tired. I don't want this business anymore. I feel like I'm still young for this. I don't want too much stress. Nothing is happening for me. Like, I don't see a way out for myself. Then I went, Auntie Mel, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. If I does something, if I told her something, she was like, you are crazy. You're doing this. Are you still young? You are even young. So I was like, no, it's fine, Auntie Mel. Then she said that I'm going to introduce you to the woman in
network, we're gonna feature you go another song.
tourism.
Yeah.
And then I said,
network. You know what, guys? This network is dealing with our inner peace, ne? So, like, do you remember the song ya Kespanyo Vest without being copyright? Elaya monatembolai. Network kumpolaila. Yay. Ay, network kumpolaila. Hey. Ay.
That's the one. Hey, boo. Hey.
Hi, Ayanda, I can see the caliber of women that we have today that we are hosting. Hey, powerhouses.
powerhouses and youth as well, Masiko. We've got 2 youth members that are in today, so that's also exciting. Youth is coming up. They're saying we there, we're creating jobs, we're coming. So that's also excited. Masiko work up DJ. That's what they can practice. I can listen there. I can more and I want to be a DJ, Linda.
My biggest dream, ne, is to see Gugu Algamara behind the DJ set.
Eh.
Arshapaka Angelina. I'm already expected. So tell us, you know what, Ayanda, today we're discussing about seizing every opportunity within the tourism industry. So we want to know, how does one seize these opportunities? And I think based on the introductions that we heard from both Gugu and Lebogang, it was something about, I was in corporate, I was doing this, and then I found myself doing this. So how do we break these barriers? So let me hand this over to you.
Seizing every opportunity. Tourism is just so widespread. It is a huge industry, and there's so much that can happen. I mean, a lot of women are coming out of the corporate industry, but I'd like the ladies to join us and let's have a nice, relaxed discussion about, if I was a young girl who was in school and I wanted to do tourism, what opportunities do you think they should go for? Or what would you say to them to motivate them and say, this is the opportunity in the tourism industry? Gugu, do you want to go first?
Thank you, Ayanda. I think it's a very important topic that you and Masako have chosen, in the sense that when one looks at the many barriers that we've had, or women have had to push in terms of breaking into the scene of the tourism sector, I think we've long been coming just to get to where we are. And especially the young people, I don't think, or I don't know whether it's easier for them like it was difficult for us. Maybe it's easy for them in terms of access to information and knowledge, and probably having the best female leaders, because one of the problems that we've been facing is having, being underrepresented in leadership, especially within the tourism space. As you may know, that as Black women, I think it's something that just came in the late 90s, where there was some bit of aggression from government to say we must push all the frontiers within all the sectors in the country, not only in the country but in the region, so that we are empowered in all the facets. So I would say to this, acquire information as much as possible. And the power of networking is very, very important. And there's something that the other speaker mentioned earlier, insofar as getting mentors. She was saying she's being mentored by somebody, which is something that we have lacked. I think probably our group, we would have been, would have moved in quantum leaps had we had mentors earlier in life. Them, they are lucky. There has emerged a crop of very powerful women within the industry by experience and by exposure. So I would say, get someone to mentor you, get someone to coach you, get someone to sculpt you into how you can become a thriving business a person as a young girl or as a young boy. Thank you, Ayanda.
Oh, definitely. I think mentorship is certainly very, very key. I mean, I was saying to someone one of these days, back when I started, that there's actually not a script on how to do any tourism business. So you kind of like have to figure it out as you go along. I remember when I opened the guest house for the first time, I searched everywhere on how to open a guest house, or checked what compliance is needed, or what documents I need. And there's absolutely nothing. You struggle to find such. And if we've got mentors that could actually assist us with doing such, then it would make people that are coming into the industry, it would make it much easier for them to understand. And yourself, Lebogang, what would you say to a young youth person like yourself who's just starting out? What would you say?
Most importantly, I would say, you know what, the first thing is go for it. Go for it. Tourism, you want to go for it. It's every young girl's dream. So usually they say, get a rich man and travel, or go to school and travel, or go to do this and travel, retire and travel. So travel is the core essence of almost everybody's dream in their lifetime, to be able to go out there and be able to, travel the world, see the world. So as a young girl, I would say, you know what, when you get started in your youth. In tourism, you want to get started in your youth, and you want to travel, and you want to learn and expose yourself to as many opportunities as possible. I remember when I was starting in tourism, my growth in tourism, I had to make sure that I had the right people on my side, and I was not exposed, so I could not say, I know Sister Mamang, I did not have a connect, so I had to sit down. So the first thing you need to do is research, and first start by identifying who you want to be, so that the research can come after. When you first decide, okay, this is what I want to do, I want to start a tourism company, you first research what roles are important in starting a tourism company. You research, you go Department of Tourism, you learn you make sure that you bring it upon yourself, to make sure that you get the right knowledge to go out there and learn as to, even if you get that opportunity, how are you going to represent yourself to the masses? So I started by doing my research. I read there, and then I went at Department of Tourism. I looked at what are the branches that are there of tourism that I can join myself in. And then I found a list, and then that's where I found my own chairperson, Ayanda Kela. I was like, hey girl.
Thank you.
And that's where I was able to find Ayanda Kela, my chairperson. I said, hey mama, how are you? My name is Laphat. And I was so fast on the phone, and she's like, oh, okay, slow down. Let's go to WhatsApp. Let's go to WhatsApp, introduce yourself, because I was so excited, because finally an opportunity presented itself because of the hard work and the research that I had done behind closed doors. So it's important that if you want to get into tourism, know who you want to be in the tourism industry, and the universe will align you to it.
Definitely.
Yes, when you research and you get to know, okay, so these are the people that I need to align myself with. I got started with Ayanda, and I just want to touch on mentorship once more. And I sat there, I was like, teacher's pet. I sat there, I was like, I'll be a teacher's pet. I will learn as much as I need to from this organization in order for me to grow. And this is the result of where you see my business now, by doing a lot and lots and lots of research. Don't undermine yourself. Sit there, take out a notebook, read. Knowledge is power. Read, expose yourself to events. I remember I would also go and attend road shows, exhibitions. And that is because I had found myself in the B&B industry, and I met this awesome lady called Olivia. She's been my mentor till this day. Even right now, she's sitting next to me on the phone. She's like, okay, now you sound perfect. Now do this, and I was with Olivia. Gave me a lot of exposure to say, I need you to attend this. I need you to attend this. I need you to attend this. But I wouldn't have gotten to Olivia if I had not shown her my determination and my excitement for this and my passion for tourism.
Lebohang, can we see her? Where is
On
she?
the
Next
phone.
to you.
She's on the phone here. Just not here. Here. See, check all the notes. This is Olivia. Check. Say this.
Olivia, if you're watching, write the message. We want to see you.
Yes, please. Oh, that is so exciting. And I have to say, you've been so motivated. I mean, I think if there's one person that said, I want to do this, and you've been going, and you said, I want to start the youth division. Why is youth not represented well enough in the tourism space? I want to take that position. I want to work hard, and be and showcase what youth can do. I see we've got Karabo back. Can you hear me, Karabo? Do we still not have Karabo back? We're still struggling there a little bit with Karabo. No, ladies, that's very, very exciting. I think there's so many opportunities within the tourism space. And for me, it would be, if there's one thing I would tell someone who really wants to come into the tourism space to definitely go for it and try and learn as much as possible, like you ladies have been saying, through mentorship and shadowing someone, that also assists very well. Karabo, can you hear me? Are you back?
Yes, I'm back now. I think it's load shedding this side, hence my network is giving me some problems.
Oh no, I'm excited to have you back. Exciting stuff to have you back. So Karabo, we were discussing if there was one thing you could tell someone that's maybe studying tourism at school or coming into the industry or wants to come to the industry, what would you tell that one person? What's the most exciting thing about tourism? What opportunities there are, or what should they go for within the tourism space?
You know, for me, it's traveling, because I love traveling a lot. Because also, elders also, they do help us a lot with things that we are struggling with. You know, this other time I didn't understand some few things, and I was so lost. Trust me, I was so lost. And I asked Auntie Mel, I'm a bit lost. Okay, can you please tell me what is the meaning of this thing? And then she explained to me, and trust me, I didn't even have to go to the internet and search for some certain words or certain things. So traveling for me, I would literally tell people to someone to come and join because of traveling, because also it does expose us to a lot of things, and also for learning, and also for partnerships. You know, partnership is very important, especially for me. It has helped me a lot, and also networking. That is what I would say.
Oh, exciting stuff. Definitely, definitely. Again, touching on that, on partnerships and things like that. And Karabo, I want to find out, what did you do differently pre-COVID that has sustained you? Do you think we've recovered from COVID in terms of tourism? Are we back to where we used to be before COVID? And as youth, how did you manage to keep your company going after the hardships, when people have closed down their businesses and everything? How did you manage to keep everything going during COVID and after COVID?
Can you all hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, maybe I can hear myself. Maybe it's network again, because I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, maybe let me come back to you, Karabo. I'll definitely come back to you. Let me go to you, Lebogang. I don't know if you heard the question, but the question was, what kept you going? What have you done to keep going or keep working, irrespective of what COVID that happened? So what kept you going, and what has been, different after COVID?
Okay, so I don't know if I should say this. I'm blessed to not be a COVID in business in COVID. Actually, I did extremely well in my network marketing in COVID, because we are doing digitization, right? So when I got into the tourism business, it was a year and 8 months ago. Exactly. Yes, a year and 8 months ago. We only turned 2 years this year. So what I did when I got into the tourism space, whenever I found challenges, is obviously a lot of personal development and a lot of evolving. If I learned that there's a certain culture or how to do this and it's brand new, you know what I do? I go on the internet and I familiarize myself with that. I had to learn digital marketing from Google Ads, which is free. I had to sit down and learn digital marketing. How can I make my business grow bigger and better? I had to learn how to use Google Ads to promote my business. I had to learn how to also collaborate, with other people, because there's a power in locking arms. I had to lock arms with people so that I advertise their businesses, they advertise my businesses, networks. So I did a lot of that, and that is what has been helping my business. And if there's a certain new level in the business that is being introduced at Indaba or maybe at the TBCSA, I will go and do my research about it, and I'll teach myself about it. Hi, mommy. My mommy says, Lebu, I'm watching a part of it.
Mommy, mama kopitori, mama kopitori, gamona mo.
Yes. I'm sorry, I had to do that. And I literally evolve myself. I evolve myself. I'm not sitting back with a stereotype to say, you know, things can be changed. I evolve with the times. Whatever is new, I sit down and I take my time to learn on it. And I personally develop myself to become better for my business so that my business will be able to expand.
Oh, definitely. That's definitely exciting. And you know, it's important to put measures into place should anything go wrong, and you know that your business will continue thriving, you know. And yourself, Gugu, any challenges pre and post COVID?
To answer your question, Ayanda, I don't think we have recovered from, you know, the negative impacts that the COVID had. Especially because of the issues of power, you know, outages in the country. I think for a small, medium business, it's not been very easy. Now, the certain attributes that one, you know, I had to develop personally in terms of, you know, how to counter attack, you know, the balls that were being thrown by COVID, and the fact that even the economy, by the time COVID came, the economy was already on its knees from previous, you know, economic meltdown effects. So one has to be resilient in the face of, you know, whatever challenges, especially the tourism industry that is very unpredictable. There are a lot of setbacks which are part of the journey, but we have to learn from those setbacks and keep moving forward. And again, continuous learning, I think Lebogang did allude to that earlier on, to say one must stay informed about the industry trends, what is happening, what are the trends that are going to sustain you in the business, what are the technological advancements that, you know, are there. I mean, as we all know that the tourism industry is an ever-evolving industry. So we must stay up to date in terms of, again, what is happening. And again, the issue of looking at things with a global perspective. We are celebrating International Tourism Day. And if one looks at that, it means it is a challenge for all of us to understand the different dynamics and the markets, you know, which are a significant asset if you are in this business. So with all the challenges that we are going through, all these, you know, things put together, you know, it may be more, it's a myriad of other, you know, survival mechanisms in this particular business. But be that as it may, we have to remain positive and continue to learn from our previous failures, if we can call failures. I don't call my challenges failures. I call them stepping stones, depending how you look at you know, setbacks.
You know, funny you mention it when you speak about failures, and well, people call them failures, but you call them, or we would rather call them, challenges. There are so many people out there that would like to start a business, but there are phases to each and every business that people need to actually take cognizance of. Firstly, the stages that you're in. Let's start here. When you start thinking about, I want to start a business for myself, in most cases, most people, because of, we don't blame them though, but because of they don't have food in their stomach and they want to have a car, they want to provide for their families. Initially, the first thing that comes in their minds is, listen, guys, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing a business of a certain kind. And the business of this certain kind will provide for my family. And within 3 months, I'll be rich and driving a Lamborghini. And that's the reality that we don't have. There are many to it, you know, there's competitive advantage. You need to understand whether or not your product will be accepted out there. There's so many things that from an emotional and psychological perspective we don't take cognizance of as well. So what can we say, ladies, about this? I mean, a lot of people, when they go into business, they go into it blindly. If you were to Google the stats, in fact, of how many business fail at their infancy stage, where they haven't even reached a point where they can reach, so many people out there. There are many, because some people, not only they are uneducated, some are educated, but they're not mentally prepared to run a business. They're not mentally ready to run the business and deal with the hardships of it. I mean, to be fair, when you start, it's all fun and games. It's great. When you start, you're excited. Everybody knows about it. Then your energy, your excitement, your dreams, your vision, then you start questioning yourself whether or not what you're doing is right. Then you start listening to Adele and you cry the whole day.
Yes.
Goodbye, my lover. It's your business. Singing sweet goodbyes to it.
Exactly.
Let's talk. Can you please share individually your experiences in your business as to what is it from an emotional? I want our viewers and everyone that's watching right now, be it live or even those that are not live, to connect with you at an emotional level so that they can understand the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in your business. Let me start with Leboha.
Oh, okay. That question gets me emotional before I even start talking about it. Oh, okay. So my thing is, I believe a lot in tarot stars, and science. I'm a Gemini, so I'm very optimistic. I'm a very bubbly person. I'm a very high up there. So a person who does not know me would say, you know what, definitely you've got ADD. Your excitement is over. So when I start on a project, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm definitely gonna make it. And then I go out there and I do my research. It's my first 2 months. I do my research. I work on it. I'm a creative. So I'll create flyers and I'll create this and I get so excited, and then obviously because of the momentum of my excitement, it gets the business moving, right? While it gets the business moving, of course I am going to do my research, and learn about the business here and here and there, and then there are certain seasons in a business where you need to be personally developed and mentally equipped to deal with them, and every level has a devil, or every devil has a level, something around that analogy. And in my business, I remember last year from March to September were the hardest times of my business, where I had to, downgrade my lifestyle. And, a lot of people are asking me, why aren't you going to work? Why aren't you going to work? Why don't you stop this business thing? You see, it's failing you. Other people will say, go back to school, because you know that this thing is not going to work, and I got so much discouragement from my family, from my friends, because I was so determined to make this tourism business work. And, while I was so determined to make this tourism business work, even though it was challenging me, I had to dig deep into my savings to save my business. And there were so many fights at home because I stay with my husband, and the financial pressure that I had just based on him, because I really wanted this business to work, and the financial pressures, like having to ask my mama, I really need this advancement, I really need to grow my business. And people do not understand a vision. When you've got a vision, it becomes so powerful. And it drives you, and people don't understand that in business you need to be passionate, and you need to know what you want, and it's like some sort of a calling. I don't know, other people, business is business, but for me, I'm very energy orientated. So it was like a vision for me, and I felt this is my baby. I want to do it. Yes, I've been in network marketing, but this has to work because it's me. To break generational curses. There's so many things that I want to do with this particular baby of mine. And going through that season of downgrading and a lot of financial pressure and a lot of financial stress, causing everybody to be involved that is close to you, I really needed, people that were strong and were super supportive, and who saw the vision. And sometimes it's so painful that even the closest people to you, even if they don't see it, you had to see it for yourself. And sitting here just thinking about it today, you know what, I'm super grateful that I didn't give up, and I kept doing the personal development, kept doing the jobs, kept doing the meditations, kept reading the self-books, kept attending, women empowerment seminars, because if I did not fuel myself with that energy, I would not be where I am today. So those moments, they happen in each and every business, unfortunately. But you have to be passionate about it, because there's a point where money does nothing for you anymore. But and money is not exciting. That's what people don't understand. Yes, it's nice to have the horses and Porsches, darling. But you know what? It's more important. It's more important to stay true to your core. It's more important to stay true to your own vision that you've created for yourself. And if you can sell that to other people, then you can sell it to the rest of the world. And people buy into it. They do not buy into, a Porsche or a Benz or whatever the money that from the dream does for you. They buy into your dream. So you know, believing and doing self-talks and meditation and walks and working out has been a really great strength for me. And you know what, my husband, my mom, my little sister, Mahavu, oh my God, and Olivia, those are the people that were there. They were like, why are you giving up? You're gonna give up so early. You know.
You know what? Lebogang, I'm pretty sure there's a message that you might have for your family and everyone else that supported you. So, in every business opportunities that personally, when I started my own business, I remember I shared it with two of my friends, Ituteng and Seho, and we were right here at my house. And Seho decided to come with a camera, and we had to look for different ring lights so that I can take photo shoots. Because of the type of work that I do, I am more of my brand than a product that I can say, here is the product. So based on my interaction with me, based on how you engage with me, that's when you will know the type of business that I'm running. So now then I told them and I said, I've been trying to start a business for a long time, but previously I've had businesses and I got scammed and I left them. You know, the pain of being scammed is like a breakup a long time. And there were people that supported me through and through, those that have really cheered me on. Every time when there's an opportunity out there, they would say, Maseho, this is where you can go. Is there something that you would like to say to your family and everybody else that supported you? And also name them one by one, just to show them appreciation. And then if they're not watching, ask them to watch the video. The recording will be there so that they can hear you show appreciation. Because sometimes when we're going through hardships, especially in business, it can break you, especially if it's something that you love. And when you have supportive family members and supportive people that cheer you on through and through, you are more likely to succeed. That success no longer belongs to you, but it belongs to you and those that supported you. So do you have something to say to your family and anyone else?
Definitely. First of all, you know, my pillar, you know, this person has been there through and through, even though we never agree on things. You know, she sees them later. I see them in the beginning. My mom, who's currently staying with my daughter, Luabezi, my mom has been there from the beginning. You know, she's an academic, like super PhD lady. And Mama, I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for believing in me, and thank you so much for the fights, and thank you so much for pushing me. Thank you so much for allowing me to be uncomfortable and not saying, yeah, it's you were like, make a plan for your life. Who are you going to be known for? Are you going to be known for a dropout or decide who you're going to be? You know, and my husband, who's been with me for the past 11 years, who's always been like, oh, my business, and where happened? You know, to my husband, Mudi Sausila, oh, Benjamin, I love you so much. You are absolutely amazing. My sister, Mahabuma Tete, Kulufela, you've been there through and through. Kulufela, you've been there through and through. I don't have another best friend in the world. You are my best of the best Boombas. I know after this video, you're going to be calling me like, oh, girl, you killed it. You know, she's my hype man. And she means everything to me. And of course, to Olivia, you know, yes, you definitely hear to Olivia Malapani. She's been my mentor through and through. And thank you so much to Gauteng Women in Tourism. You guys have been the pillar of my strength ever since I joined this. And the opportunities that you guys are sending out there to young women and making us believe that our success stories can be true. You know, just you feeding that flame, Ayanda, saying, you know what, you can be someone. You can be something. You know, level man, energy, man. This thing of yours, you know, as she would say, you know.
Oh, man.
Thank you so much. And thank you to you for allowing me to share my story with you tonight.
Amazing, amazing. So the same question applies to you, Gugu. So there are so many emotional journeys, or rather emotional issues that we go through in business. You know, funny enough, the main topic these days is all about mental health. But what no one tells you is that for every stage of your life, as Lebogang has said, there's a devil for every level. No one prepares you mentally to deal with the devil at every level. In a spiritual context, we would like to say when the spiritual growth, if you're not equipped, you will fall. That's a fact. Now, the question is, like, how can you, like, share your story? What did you do? How did you shift your mentality and say, I'm no longer in corporate? Because remember, when you're in corporate, you rely on the salary that you receive on a monthly basis, and it's a guaranteed. And but now you're in business, you rely on your own efforts and the support of the people that are around you and the support of your clients to make sure that you have food on your table. And no one really prepares you for that. That look, it might work, look, it might not work. So please tell us, share your experiences with us.
Yeah. In the earlier days when I left the corporate, It was not easy at all. There were days when I really wanted to go back, because I thought I never bargained for, for this. There's businesses that have shut down. There's businesses that I have sustained, which took a very long time, to really, pick up. There's days when I cried myself to sleep. There's days when I was over the moon. I was happy, I was doing well, and everyone was, putting me on a pedestal on how well I was doing. And there were times when later on, things just shifted down south. But I do have a belief. There's a powerful phrase that has sustained me over time that says, nothing can stop or stand on the way of an idea whose time has come. Meaning that I do believe that there's an invisible hand that drives things, towards our favor at some point in time. It's just that, in most cases, we want things to happen at our own time, at our own whim. And one thing that has sustained me is to be adaptable. I'm very much open to change. Over time, I never started out like that, but I must say, life has, sculptured me to become resilient, whilst I become, open to change, to say, life or God or the universe has a way of, shifting things for my favor. As we know, the tourism industry is quite dynamic, and being able to pivot, around, the changes, the dynamics that are happening around your business, your life, because sometimes we take ourselves out of, the bigger equation. We are part of, the dynamics that are happening in our country, in our region, in our continent, in the whole world. And when we take ourselves out of that, we feel isolated, and we feel this thing is only happening to me, instead of being adaptable and get yourself to change with the time, get yourself to, if there's need for you to close the business, shut down. In project management, we forever do appraisals of ventures to say, should I do it now or later, or should I never do it? So from time to time, you have to keep on doing that. Is this business giving me what, it's supposed to give me? Sometimes we get so emotionally attached to our businesses to an extent that you find that it drains you until, it takes the last iota of blood out of your body, when in actual fact, you should have, a closed shop whilst, you have the time to do that. So that is the business acumen. Yeah. That is the business acumen that with time we have to develop, so that we're able to adapt and to change if there has to be a change. If I need to close business, I have to close the business because of market forces that I don't have control over. And another thing that has really helped me was to specialize, to find a niche. What is it that I do best? What is it that I can hang in that will definitely give me results if I hang in there over time? So it's been a roller coaster, but as I said earlier on, resilience is one attribute that you need as a business person, and the ability to judge and as well assess what is right for your business and what is not right for your business, and what will work for your business and what will not work for your business. And in that case, then you are able to shift with the time. You are able to be dynamic yourself, because you're moving with the times. Times are changing. The economy is not what it was when I started out in 2013, quite a lot has changed. I have changed myself. If I've changed myself, the business, the sector has changed. I mean, tourism sector is not the way it was pre-COVID. So with all that, we have to be adaptable. And I must say, you know, at the end of the day, if you know and you believe in the idea, and you know nothing will stand in the way of that idea, I say go for it, and, you know, grab it by the horns until it gives you what you believe it should give you.
Absolutely. You're powerful. And there's so many things that we neglect: the business acumen and knowing when to let go. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Kimora Lee Simmons. So what Kimora Lee did, there's one of the businesses that she used to have. I remember, I forgot the name of what the business was.
Yeah, something like that.
Fat something.
Yeah.
That's business. And I like how she managed to record and actually show us the experience that you have when you have to lose a business. And it's not that you're losing a business because you're a failure. And I think that's what most of us think, that you are closing shop because of you're a failure, but you don't realize the financial drain that it has on you, and also that business is no longer applicable to the market that we have right now. It's like trying to have a printing company for A4 papers, for exam papers, when people can just literally have it on their cell phones, and you still want to carry on with the business. You have fixed assets that you have to pay on a continuous basis. So most people don't know when to close. And that's one of the things that we need to learn, when to close. And we cannot avoid also being emotionally attached to our business. This is our baby. Heart, blood, tears, sweat, invested in it. It's like that relationship you don't want to let go. Even the dollar is missing you to the core, but you still want to hold on to it. You know, so at times we just need to know when to close shop. Gugu, I want to bring you back quickly, because I like to believe there are people you would like to thank in your experiences. I can imagine the number of, like, if you want to bring out your profile and put it like there, right? Even Trevor Noah would desire to be you. So tell us, who is it that you would like to thank, and call them by name?
Oh yeah, that's a privilege. I must say, for me, first and foremost, it's my husband. We've been married for 24 years now. We started out, very young. He knows I'm a dreamer, and he's always told me, if the day you stop dreaming, you will die, because there's quite a lot within me in terms of vision and dreaming. So I want to say thank you to him, my husband, my 3 girls who are always there, who are shining stars, who are in business themselves. I have empowered them to run their own businesses. One of them is 19. She's into the photography space. She's carving out her own business. I've got twins that appeared on SABC that are doing artwork. They're doing all sorts of crocheting. They've got their own businesses that they're running at 16 years, because I believe that young people, if I am in business, I must equip my girls as well to be in business, because I won't be here forever. And I'm a spiritual person. My pastor in my church is a pharmacist and a business person. So I also drive the business wing of the church, and he's been, my support in my own personal business, who is Apostle Simelane. And I want to thank my friend and my sister. There's Tilly, there's Lolo, and there is Futi, who have been a driving force behind me. I want to say thank you. And again, to this platform that Ayanda is leading, the platform of Gauteng Women in Tourism, I must say, Pambili, Amanda, nothing should stop us. I think we are becoming a powerful force to be reckoned with all the things that are happening now. I want to say thank you to your leadership as well, Ayanda and the rest of the team. We believe in women. In this International Day of Tourism, we say to the women of Gauteng, of Gawit, Amandla, Pambili.
Phambili.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Tourism, Phambili. Forward we go, forward we go. Ayanda, what an amazing conversations that we are having today. And I'm very, very sad that Karabo's network is not, it's failing us
Oh.
today. There's so much more I wanted to hear from her. But Karabo, this is not your last day. Like any
Yes.
other day, every Wednesday, you are here in this
Yes.
space. You know, up until we can grab all that we can grab from you. And I can see a lot of people are commenting. The comment section is crazy with everyone else that is excited to see you here and also being touched by the conversations that we're having and being touched by the things that we're saying here today. So thank you so much, ladies, for coming. We're going to close very soon. And I'd like to appreciate all of you, especially you, Leboham, you know, appreciating, in fact, all of you appreciating your family members that have supported you through your business. Sometimes that's something that we would like to hear that look genuinely. I am being appreciated for what I am doing today. And thank you so much. Now I know it's possible to be married for 24 years. So now that we know that it's possible for you to be married for 24 years and you are truly an inspiration for most young people that think that they haven't made it, people that are frustrated, you know, and Ayanda, who's the pillar of the tourism women in Gauteng, making sure that she, you know, mentors, grabs here, here's an opportunity, let me deposit you here. Listen, I'm depositing you somewhere else. I'm depositing. These are the type of people that we need in the community, and there's less of that and more of, bruh, if I'm not gonna get that Lamborghini, forget it. I'm not going to entertain you today, forget it. You know? So thank you so much, ladies. While we are here on screen, let me appreciate everyone that commented. I will say them one by one. We can read them together. Let me start. Norma says, "Good evening, ladies."
Good evening.
Hey, Mama.
Yes. Miss Soweto, Mrs. Soweto, Mrs. Soweto herself. If you didn't know, Mrs. Soweto herself. Mrs. Soweto says, "We are watching and excited to be joining you on today's live." Then we have Victoria Matiti. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname properly. And if I'm not, I apologize. I genuinely, sincerely apologize. Something that somebody from TikTok was supposed to do in America, but we are not there. She says, Victoria Matiti says, "Lebo, mommy is watching and proud of you." And one delay, I'll say Olivia because I know it's Olivia. She says, "Lebo, my baby, I'm watching." And she also says, "I'm so proud of you. Keep shining," from Olivia. I told you it's Olivia. And then we have Zazankosi who says, "Good evening, ladies." We have Nokubonga Ngola who says, "Good evening, ladies," as well. Then we have Makabo Matiti as well who says, "Lebo, you are absolutely amazing. Taking down notes, watching you growing to greater heights is even the best part of it all." Then we have Nokubonga Ngola again who says, "Wow, Karabo, I'm so proud of you, girl. Then we say, Olivia says, "I'm here. I'm using my son's profile. She's here." And then she came back by herself and said, "I am here." And then we have Olivia again who says, "We are proud of you, Lebo. Keep shining." And Noma Bolani says, "Love the energy and passion. Keep it up, ladies. Leave a legacy and believe in yourself and your vision." Absolutely. Thank you, Noma. And Mel again says, "I'm super proud of the two young people on this panel today, Lebo and Karabo. You two are a real epitome of young youth tourism." And then we have Susan Malopi who says, "We are listening. Good luck, ladies." And we have Victoria again who says, "Love you most, Moo, one and only." And Norma who says, "Pivot indeed," or even diversity. She was referring to the encouragement that Google was giving us and telling us about the types of businesses, knowing your niche, market, and all of that. Don't worry, Lebo, we can see you even during load shedding. And then we have Lebohang Kosaho. Lebohang, it's like you're commenting for yourself again and again and again. I don't know whose profile is this, but it looks like it's yours. And says, "Wow, wow, 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 wow." And then we have again, Lebohang says, "Powerful conversations tonight." We have spiritual revelations. We don't know who spiritual revelations is. All I can say is spiritual revelations in most cases comes to our podcast, and the spiritual revelations always comments. So congratulations, tourism queens. Mel again says, "Pambili, women, Pambili." Susan says, "Amandla." Nokubonga says, "Pambili." And then, there's so many comments, and I'm going to go through them. Me, jealousy is not here. Eh? And then Olivia Malopani also says, "Listening to you ladies is enriching and encouraging. The industry needs leaders like you. I like how each of you is so passionate about what you do. It is inspiring. And Spiritual Revelation says, Zoliswa is proud to be part of this amazing team. Oh, beautiful. And then Susan says,
That's our secretary.
oh, that's nice. And then Susan Malope says, we love you from Mponyana. Do you have anything to say, Ayanda, to close off this wonderful evening? I feel like we could talk more.
You know, oh, I wish we could go on and on and on. You know, it's such touching conversations that we never ever get to talk about. You know, one of the main things, like I think 2 weeks ago we were at a launch and you know, we were all there and we're like, we should have brought our kids, you know, and all of us are mothers, but we never bring our kids into spaces when we've got meetings or things like that. And you know, some of us don't have babysitters and things like that. So such conversations about the struggles that we go through as women within the industry, you know, it's been mothers, it's been, you know, you still have to go out and work and then come back home and cook. And, you know, we deal with mental health. These are just the, you know, some of the challenges that we face, but we're doing it. It's amazing. We're thriving post-COVID. We are all doing well, even those. And I love what Gugu said as well, that resonated with me so well, that you need to know when to close the door. And it's one of the biggest lessons I've had to learn. I had to close the door, not because I wasn't making money, but I needed to grow. And for me to grow, I needed to close the door in order for me to grow. So I resonate so much with that. And thank you so much, ladies. Again, Masego, I'd just like to say a big congratulations to Gugu, who's become our deputy secretary, and to Lebogang, who has also joined, just became the coordinator. So that's a big position for her. But the way she's so lively, and Gugu, I know they're going to kill it because they've got a wealth of knowledge. So welcome to the team, ladies. Or they've always been part of the team, but now to the executive. And I'm excited to have you there. And I know we're going to kill the industry together and amazing things are coming.
Wow, I'm super excited to seeing every amazing project that you have, ladies. So thank you so much for being part of this wonderful journey. I'd like to have you back because I feel like there's so much more that we need to unpack. You know, there's a lot that we need to teach so many people. Remember, this platform is it's called Empower Talks for a reason. We are here to empower people through our visions and our stories and our experiences so that people can know that, look, just because you think you have reached the end, it doesn't mean you have reached the end indeed. So are there any parting words that you have, Gugu?
Thank you, Masego, for having us tonight, together with your co-host, Ayanda. I just want to say, as ladies, we must remember that our success is not limited to our gender. And as well, by leveraging our skills and bringing the strong networks that I was talking about and others alluded to, staying committed to our goals can make us thrive as women in this tourism industry, and we will definitely make a positive impact. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Lebogang, do you have anything to say, parting words to anyone in your load shedding?
I don't know if I'm audible, my bandwidth, but if I am, I'm super, super, super excited, especially being able to represent the Gauteng province. You know, being a provincial coordinator is one of the biggest things. So, like, you know, in my house now, when they talk to us, they're like, "Hey, girl," I'm like, "No, wait, you guys are talking to a provincial coordinator, so I'm representing." So, So I'm excited. Patricia DeLille said something at Indaba, and she said, you know, guys, we need to look at the tourism industry like a game. So you get into the space and you learn the rules of the game and you need to play it well. So let's go out there, continue knowing the rules of the game and abiding by the rules of the game, but keep winning. You know, in a game, there's always levels and there's more levels and there's more levels and there's more levels. So let us go higher and higher, ladies, and let us go out there and make sure that we create opportunities that drive the advancement of women in the tourism sector. Super excited, super grateful for all of you. Good night.
Thank you so much to everyone that was tuning in live, everyone that commented and contributed, and everyone that engaged with us on this wonderful evening. So this podcast was supposed to be 1 hour. I feel like 1 hour is nothing when we have so many things that these ladies have to share with us this evening. So from me, I'd like to say thank you for joining our live sessions. We do have live sessions every Wednesday, so just be on the lookout. Click the like button, subscribe, notification bell. Every time when there's a new video or even a new live that we are going to record that we need to alert you about, we are going to get that from Empower Talk. So thank you for joining. I am Masego Malapile, the founder. I'm a lot of things. Like, let's not get to it. So thank you and peace. Have a lovely evening.